I'm excited for this video because I'm just going to go and talk. Like I've said a billion times before, that I have so much stuff up in here that is understanding how the universe is being created from my own perspective. Then now I see it how it's being created from every perspective. And the way we start teaching that and learning that as a whole is for having someone who can teach it, which happens to be me as one of them. I'd like others to know this and understand that the things that are going on out there in the physical world that are tyranny and fear and all this horrible stuff come from this root. They all do. They all always will. So I'm going to talk to the camera like it's somebody here in the room with me. So basically, let's just start having a one-on-one 101. Let's say the word one, O-N-E. I'm not going to write down simple words. The word one is just O-N-E. It's an ongoing O, the 15th letter, because in a 3-line graph, that would be 3D or 3 lines. So we're saying 30, 3 there. So when we get to the number 30, that's 3 there. I mean, this is really simple and childish, but this is something that we should learn from a younger age, but we can still learn it now and actually live in a world where we love each other and care enough to actually speak honestly, because letters have always been mathematically perfect. And it's so weird when you see it for what it is, because the people that did it didn't know it. They were operating within it, so they were using it and trying to understand it. That's why I don't go too deep into some of it, because I don't want to lose people in this brain that's so full. I don't know where to start. So that's why I have to start with 101. And to say one-on-one, me and somebody else, would be an ongoing notion expressed. I'm one ongoing notion expressed. The O is the 15th letter. The 15 is halfway between 30. So then N being the 14, one below, and the first part of the second half of our alphabet is this now moment. It's gone past tense and it's manifested now at this spot at 14, the one that is coming forth, 1-4. So it's O, ongoing, now, N, 14, expressed, 5. Back to the first line, bottom, where A activates it at 1, B stands it up, boop, boop, boop. C moves it out evenly over here. D moves it from here to here, small to big. And E, which is 5, a combination of the 4 and the 3. It is also a turned around 3 into an E at 5. And it's also a broken 3 this way for a capital C and E. And then not just the capital E, but the lowercase c has spun around at D, up to E, or up to E on this side of D, and did this kind of thing where C has now spun around and done this. And we're on the bottom line of E. So the letter form of the number 1 is ongoing, 15, now 14, AD coming through, E, 5, bottom line E. So I know it's simple, but hard to get in there. So since it's a one-on-one, that makes 2 of us. It's ongoing notion expressed, ongoing notion. No expression needed. The expression is in the word, ongoing notion. It's on. So then E being the bottom line one, expression, so ongoing notion expressed, ongoing notion expressed. So it's one expression bottom line, another expression bottom line. Ongoing, active through, AD, expression. So, why I say all that is because when you move to the number form, or the letter form of the number 2, you have plus, because 2 any at this moment, 20, 2 O's, plural, ongoing, 15. So BC being 23 is a based cause. So it's here and it's a cause. It's based and it's moving out in that unseen thing at 23. And that's why the next letter after 23, like D goes here and here, N meets right here, X is basically this, added to this. Boom, right here. It's all shape and form. So I'll try to nail as many things that can possibly express it to you how I I've been saying stuff about it's not just the number spot of the letters, it's the mathematics of the letters, the vibrational patterns in its sound wave, like Satan and say it done, and God as in goad, good, generated, everything that you've God, like that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of any of this stuff because it's great and it's amazing to the point that if you understand it from this level, you'll see the world that we're creating. That's why I do it in such a elementary form, because we've got to start over from the beginning. It's a new beginning. So, all right, I took a quick moment to turn the board sideways and started getting set up here. I just want to show you as many things as I can to show you some of the examples for how the patterns make the letters and why I say the English language is symmetric and everyone can learn from translating what I understand into their own language. Because once we come from our hearts, we'll understand that this all makes sense in its own, all together, simple way, where all vibrations will meet, where all beings will become one, where all things can be understood. So by starting at this elementary level, we can achieve that together. No doubt about it, okay? So I'm going to show you why from A to E being this active, A is closed in on both sides. E is actually the first place where it comes around at lowercase e symbol, or at here it's centered, yet this is all the way out and this is all the way out. So from a 3-line graph, we're all the way out here at E. So D would be coming through here. 3 would be coming from this side and reaching out over here and meeting that bottom line of D in the top line. B would be the lowercase c attaching to the upright part, and also the 3 attaching to the upright part. So this is both pertaining back to the standing line. And A is down here activating just the idea of this point, I guess you could say. But all letters are, when they're written in letter form, they're all centered. But when each letter is being defined, you've got to see it as it's a position. So A would be starting here, and E would be like here on this bottom line. J would be here and here. It would be coming from here to here, because now we're in tense. Just like A activated, B conceived, now K out this way, kinetically, actively activates, 11, out to L, which isn't B anymore, or B anymore, it's L on this line, intense. So it's shaped this way, here, but it would be L is about here, 2 is about here, 3 is between here and here, because 3 goes from 3 to E, from 3 to C and C, and over to 5 being E, and 5 being a 4 plus a C in shape. They're like the bottom C and the top of a 4. Make like a 5. Like our letters and shapes are so uniquely difficult to explain that those movements have a lot to do with how we speak, the pattern of it, how we interpret that information, and how we read those writings. Like it all has to do with that, because that's how we're communicating as this higher intelligent human being. So I'm going to show you why 6 or F is now becoming out into from once into tense. You're not here yet, but you're 4 plus 6 equals 10. It's where you're coming out into tense. When we get up to 20, that's plus everybody up on this higher level where we all are, to any would start right here. It would be like 1, 10, 20. But 20 would be here and here, just like 10 is here and here. So this line graph would be a spinning thing, sort of how a 3E plus C, 3, oh boy. The third letter C and the fifth letter E, in shape and in form, at 8 become this, instead of this and this. They become this at 8. It's a 2 3s spinning upon themselves, and that's why 9 after that is 3 3s in figure up here upon themselves as a 9. And that's why over here at 10, we not only break off, like we came from 0 to 10, that's all filled up on this bottom line. So now we start 10 up here from that, because we broke off from the bottom line. From 0 and 1, we got up to 9, we broke off. J is this junction symbol and I is this initiated symbol, like I can't, oh, there we go, I'll do it like that. I is that, came from H to I to J, and it moved up. This bottom line is still represented from here, so now we moved up, and we're over here with J being the 10th letter. And you came from that shape of I, which was that, which finishes here, but moves up to here. So now, J, 10, that's bottom line first here. K, 11, which moved out like A did here. And then L moves out like B did here. Oops, sorry. L did that. C broke out down here to change to D and then E. But up here at 13, we went from L being out here, K being out here like A, like B, and now like C, we're down here because we spun, and we have two lines as an M with that shape of a C here being here. So then we go A, K, B, L, C, M, because it's here with these two lines filled in for an M. And it's also a 13 in shape because it's this one talking about this third line. Just like this did here before it spun around the E. Now we're doing this here and spinning around as a 13. Now it's open intense. So now we move to 14, and it is at this point, not quite halfway, it's between C and D, from C to D to E on the bottom line. Now we're already intense, so we're this shape because we went from M being this shape. Sorry if these are a little crooked, but I'm trying to do the best I can. M is this shape, and then N is this shape, and then O is still in that middle spot, but now we've got here, so it's everything here. N was right before it, M was right before that, L is right before, L is right before that, K is right before that, and then J came up here. In spin, where 8 does that togetherness, like the spin of an E and a 3, 9 does that finalized broken O and 1 over to I, then to I and 1 and O, and then that shape of a letter turned into this shape of a letter, because they're all represented as letters from here, but each letter can be explained on its spot. So now 16, this is where I wanted to show you how the first familiar thing after bottom line E is 6. So we go into this shape for the letter, and this, or for the number, and this shape for the letter, or this shape for the letter. Now how we had 6 here, like this is going to be confusing, and I'm sorry, because I'm trying the best I can to explain stuff that's happening out here with letters and numbers. But it's possible. This is how we've always done it, really. Well, we've learned what they mean and said them. So F being here, now L being here is because you added 2 6s or 2 Fs. Like it's this filled in, and as if we were coming back down from here, over from this side, this filled in. But we're doing it from here over here. So it would be like a flip-flop. We take this whole graph and go zoop, zoop. It's like the infinite sign mixed with a 30. So you know how that shape, and the one thing is a 3 with the loop coming off it, and you know, you'll see what I mean. But so 6FF, like when you add 2 F's together, it's this shape, because we were talking about coming from here at the middle and talking about coming from here at the middle. But on this graph, we're over here still. But on this graph, we were doing it in one spot, making letters. So it's F here, in its shape of a letter. L here, either like that, or in the center of it as a lowercase l. Right there, lowercase l, shaped like an I without the top bars. So now we have, from that, if we added 3 6s together, we'd literally have this shape here, that shape from here and here, meeting at the middle. So we have this kind of F at the middle, this kind of F, at the middle. So we're at L in the middle. If we added another 6, the shape of an R, we literally have that again. It's here. It's here. So if we had an F and an F, that would be here at 6. And then you have L being here as a lowercase l. Not just that. Now it's that in the center of something. So then when you have the third R, we did the same thing again, except we came from here, out here, because we're intense. We're on that side of it now. So we actually did another F, which is first F here, second F from here down, meeting here, looping around, and coming from a third F out here. So that's why there's this little kickstand for an R. It's literally, and then the third one for X would be the same thing again here in the middle, the regular shape of an F, an upside down F here in the middle. And then this third one being 666 where we are, stepping out. X is literally that, upside down again, from that side going out, but meeting here. And then X is, since we did all three of those, we do it one more time as a, and it meets right there and makes that shape. So that's how 6 and 4 make 10, how 6 and 6 make L, how 6 and 6 would make 6L 18 because we moved a little bit farther out from here, and then 6, 6, 6, and then up on this higher line out here, all being spun together, meet at that center spot. Lower F, top F, lower F out this way, but we're representing it with this loop of the R, and then lower F out that way, meeting here with the shape of that X. I know that's confusing, but if you can get it, it's something that I understand, and how I talk about stuff the way I talk about it is because this kind of thing happens in my head already all the time. And I wouldn't expect anybody else to walk around having like this kind of weird stuff going on in their head, because it's not necessarily weird. It's just I'm trying to speak it to you. That's what makes it seem hard. But it is meeting 4 6s, F, 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 together make the shape of an X, because we're coming from here representing it there in the center. I'm sorry I missed that, but you know what I'm saying. Like right here is where the X would meet at 24 in shape. Now at Y it would be right here, because you're meeting up here at the top line on the 3-line graph. And then Z, since we've already met to the top, we literally have to start over at 26, because we've covered all these spots up to 10, moved up to here at 10, covered all these spots up to 20, moved up to here at 20, and covered all these spots up to 25. So then since we write on this 3-line graph, to start the next level or whatever, we'd have to go like this and start back down here in shape, but over here in letter form, because right here we'd be starting as the first I, number 27, which is 9 is this, R is this, and then 27 is literally this. It's an open 9 that way. Missing this little spot, starting back over at the third 9. So this is 9, 18, 27. It's a 2 and a 7 and even. You know what I'm saying? It's all shape, all of it. And it's like when you die, this is not that hard to understand, because you're not holding on to all your personal baggage, your preferences of whether you decorate for the holidays or something like that, or if you're an adventurous person who wants to go out and do, like, all those things are a personal part of your life, which are blessings in disguise, and sometimes they're curses in disguise. But it's starting to rain a little harder, I guess. So I'm going to stop this video and clear this off and try and do another video to explain some of this stuff. It's so deep and so abnormal for somebody to have experienced this depth of something beyond just astral. And I saw ghosts, and I've seen all that. It's not that impressive to me anymore. Like, we're something from if you want to know what we all came from, we came from nothingness, moving in numbness into sensation, which is what numbers and figures can do, moving into the figures and shapes of letters. So I hope me saying that helps you understand why the word can't express God, because God is those vibrations of all things, good or bad. And it's like, we give them stories and we make them scary and we whatever to help each other learn, but we've gotten out of control in the physical world, and we know that and see that. And the only way to prevent good people like me and others that are out there doing good things, it makes us like the enemy of people in charge, because they've let the negative sides of how we could use money and how we keep our communities in order, the way we misused authorities and all that kind of stuff, makes it a mandatory thing where we come together to break those bindings of the negative ways we've operated and move into a positive way. I don't want war and drama and violence, but it's happening. So the way to remedy that is to get enough people who care to come together. So I know I'm sitting here with this board of scribble scrabbles, but that's what I'm saying. Anybody can ask me any of this stuff and I will go deep. So maybe it's not going to be the kind of conversation you expect to have with somebody about, hey, so tell me your past story and all that kind of stuff. I'm here now. I can talk about all that, but I'd rather be here now, talking about what we do for this now world progressing forward. So until next time, peace.